Hey guys, RW here. Check out my new ride. The supervisor over at the dish shop that hired me was kind enough to give me one of the older vans just so I could have transportation from where I live to the shop, which is about a 45-minute ride. Gave me a gas card and a vehicle, and it's pretty sweet, man. It's really nice to be burning somebody else's gas and not be worried about the maintenance and all. It's your typical work van, ladder rack. Has not much stuff in it because I'm not working out of this van, so it's pretty empty. I basically cleaned it and just got the stuff kind of organized. But there's this metal protective gate here, keeps stuff from crashing into you when you're driving, and it was in a shambles. This whole side over here was just flopping around. The door was held with some cable ties. The lock was not even attached. It was just sort of flopping around. The hinges weren't attached. They were just flopping around. So as I drove down the road, it was crash, bang, boom, smash, crash. And it was just so loud and annoying that I couldn't hardly stand it. So, but in the process of attaching the door, I realized that, hey, I don't have a key for this thing. It was locked. It was locked in the locked position. So once I got the hinges on, I couldn't close the door. I'm like, oh, what am I going to do now? Well, one of the many things I know how to do is pick locks. I don't make videos about it because, you know, lock picking is one of the things that, you know, there's a lot of people that are super good at it. I'm not one of them. I'm just sort of halfway competent at it, but I do know my way around locks, at least easy locks. Okay, so let me zoom in the camera on this lock that I do not have a key for. Hopefully it won't be so dark that you can't see what I'm doing. And I'll just show you how to get into a real simple lock like this by raking. Now, you know, a more high security lock, you could do what's called single pin picking, SPP. But on a real simple lock like this, these locks are extremely easy to get into. You can rake it, which means you take something that's kind of got some ridges on it, a pick that has some ridges on it, so it's called a rake. This is my Southard's PSX 14 kit that I've had for about, I don't know, pretty good while. I don't use it that often. I just have it in case I need it. This is a W rake. Okay, you can see it's kind of got a W shape to it, or you could call it an M rake. Really depends on which way you use it, right? And then the other thing you need to get into a lock is a tension wrench. A tension wrench rotates the cylinder of the lock, the barrel of the lock. So let me get my foot around here so I can do this. I'm trying to stay out of the way while I do it. So basically, what you do is you put the tension wrench into the keyway, out of the way of the pins. You put some light pressure on it. I'm trying to do this all cockeyed so you guys can kind of see what I'm doing. Here's the rake. The idea of the rake is it's going to rotate, it's going to fiddle with the pins. You see how fast that was? It was probably less than a second. Now I've managed to unlock the lock. Right? This lock locks open or locks closed. So if I want to lock it again, I have to pick it again. And I'm not going to be carrying this around on the job because it's just not a good idea, I don't think, to do that. But anyway, if I want to lock it, I have to do it back. And once again, I just get in there and put some tension on the. I have to kind of hold the handle so it doesn't move. It's sort of clumsy, to be honest with you. But yeah, you don't want to go too far in with the tension wrench. You just want to. Now I'll be screwing around forever trying to do it. Right there we go. Okay. Yeah, it was just a little clumsy because I had to hold the handle from moving. Now it's locked. So it's a real handy thing especially for easy locks like this, to have a tension wrench and a rake, and you can get right into that lock. You can also do master locks really easy, really fast. Master locks is one of the easiest locks in the world to pick. I'll show you that sometime. I don't really make lock picking videos because I'm not really that good at it. But I just thought you guys might find that, just thought you might find that entertaining. Something you probably haven't seen me do before is pick a lock. So Yeah, car locks are different. They're wafer locks, and you have to have a different kind of a pick. Not these kind of picks, but a special kind of a pick for manipulating the wafers and getting them to kind of line up with the shear line of the cylinder. It's really simple stuff. One day I'll get into it more and I'll kind of explain if you guys don't know anything about locks or how they work. They're basically a cylinder with a bunch of pins, and once all the pins line up with the shear line because of the bumps of the key, then you can rotate the cylinder and you can activate the lock. So it's pretty simple. One thing I would suggest is, if you do get into lock picking, is to not pick your door locks or your car locks or other people's locks, or every time you see a lock somewhere, oh, I can pick that, I got a lock pick that. That's illegal, it's stupid, and you can end up damaging your own locks or getting arrested for picking somebody else's lock. Unless you're a locksmith trying to help somebody out, don't do it. It's not cool. But yeah, in this case, because this is my vehicle for use and I was just trying to fix the door, that's totally cool. Not something I'm going to be carrying on the job for sure. But anyway, yeah, I want to thank Dish for hiring me, man. It's great to have a job. I've been working my butt off, and now I got to go down to the shop, make some shell preppers and grid boards, and get those out because I got customers waiting on them. I appreciate everybody's feedback on my latest video, asking like, why the hell isn't anybody watching my videos? And it was great to hear what you guys want to see, and I will be giving you some of that. I'll be giving you some RC and shooting and air gun and woodworking and whatever you guys are interested in, man. I'm up for it. You know, I enjoy the community. I'm not really into YouTube for, you know, the Google AdSense money. You know, it's not as much money as you might think. Getting money off of Google is unless you're like you have millions of subscribers and you get hundreds of thousands of views on your videos, you're not going to be able to live on it. Let me tell you, it's not even gas money. So I do this basically because of you guys, because I enjoy the community, I enjoy the comments, and I enjoy the feedback and then the back and forth, and it's just like, you know, hanging out with you guys through the, you know, interwebs. Thanks a lot. See you next time.